We ain't prepared. We ain't prepared like WWE, Justin. We do things on the fly. We book shit on the fly, just like WWE likes to do stuff on the fly. Speaking on the fly, welcome guys to the WWE Backlash 2016 preview and predictions video hangout podcast, whatever fancy words you want to call this show. Backlash takes place in Richmond, Virginia on September 11th, 2016. Shit, I can't believe they're doing a pay-per-view on September 11th. And also the kickoff of the NFL season. Double crap. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Well, thankfully it's Cardinals versus Patriots, so I don't think I need to worry too much about channel flipping there. But I am not alone. With me, as always, is one of my favorite video game YouTubers. He does videos on Grand Theft Auto live streams and also Grand Theft Auto San Andreas replay. It's my boy, JD Venom.
What's up? And also, don't forget about the Venom Nation Wrestling as well on my second other YouTube channel. So, welcome. We're here to talk about some Backlash.
Yeah, WWE Backlash 2016 and Gold Standard 000. He will join us in a minute. The running Ross himself was tired after his run. He ran probably like 10 miles because he's Usain Bolt all of a sudden, and now he just needs to relax. But Justin and I are here to predict the Backlash. Backlash 2016 is a small card. Brand split, first brand split pay-per-view since like what, Judgment Day 08, I want to say. Like last time, actually No Way Out 08, I think was the last official brand split pay-per-view was No Way Out 2008. The one with Jeff Hardy inside the chamber and it was underwater and everything like that. I think that was the last Smackdown exclusive or the last brand exclusive pay-per-view. Pay-per-view is kind of whatever. So for these kind of whatever pay-per-views, we're going to talk about other stuff too in between. So Justin, a good friend of ours, he's fighting in the UFC this Saturday. His name is CM Punk. He used to be a pretty good wrestler. I don't know if you know him or anything like that, but he used to go by the moniker of the best in the world, and he's fighting some guy named Mickey Gall.
Wait.
I just want to know Mickey Gall.
No, the other guy.
Oh, CM Punk. Phil Brooks.
Who the fuck is that? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter, but he's fighting, apparently.
UFC 203. And I just want to know, I know you actually watch UFC from time to time and everything like that, but I just want to know, are you going to check out UFC 203 for one Mr. Phil Brooks, one CM Punk, one former best in the world?
I'll be quite honest with you. I didn't know this fight was already because I thought this guy was not even supposed to be fighting like right now, but apparently his fight's back on. Let me tell you something about this. Well, all kidding aside, I like CM Punk. He's one of my favorite recent wrestlers. In the past 5-10 years. I don't think that would be safe to say, but I'm not gonna watch this fight. I don't care if this guy is not in a wrestling ring. I don't care. The only person I actually care about in the octagon is Brock Lesnar. Why? Because he's a legitimate badass, and he was an amateur wrestler. CM Punk, he has that little Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that fucking background or whatever. But I don't give a shit about this fucking fight. I don't care. I mean, if he wins, great. If he loses, even better. Okay, because this guy, he leaves WWE. He's in a lawsuit with WWE right now, and god damn it, I want to see him get his ass kicked. Even though I'm not gonna watch the fight, I'm just saying it'll be good to see to get his ass kicked because he thinks that he could just go into anything and become somebody. It's just not that easy for CM Punk, but it should be very intriguing on Saturday to see if Phil Brooks pulls off an upset.
Yeah, it will be intriguing as well, and also intriguing stat. This arena, the arena that CM Punk will be fighting in, is the same arena where he left WWE so long ago in January of 2014. Quicken Loans Arena. How crazy is that? You leave WWE and your first UFC fight is in that same arena.
That's bad karma. I think that's it. Well, I don't know if that's gonna be bad karma or a good omen. We'll see, but we'll see how that goes along with CM Punk Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. If you guys are watching the CM Punk fight, let me know. And of course, come to my channel after UFC 203. I'm going to be reviewing the whole UFC card. Other WWE news: the Cruiserweight Classic is wrapping up next week. 2-hour special live next week, so there's no spoilers for this one. I avoided all the spoilers for it. Didn't watch this week's episode, but I pretty much know who most likely won and who's going to the finals just based off of who gets featured a lot more and everything like that. But the finals are set up to be Zack Sabre Jr. versus Grand Metallic and Kota Ibushi taking on TJ Perkins, a.k.a. Manic, a.k.a. whatever the heck you want to call him from his TNA days. And these seem like great semifinal matchups, and my prediction is for the finals, I think we're going to see a Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi matchup in the finals for this Cruiserweight Classic. But overall, I feel like with the Cruiserweight Classic, this has been a good success for the WWE. I don't know how much network subscriptions it has grown in, but I'm pretty sure when it comes to network watching, network views, I think it's been doing well. It's always on like, at least like 2 episodes are on the most popular on the WWE Network whenever I check that, because I do check that because I just want to know what people are watching and what they're not watching on the network. I feel every episode has been solid to good, especially since the premise is, hey, we're just here to see the best cruiserweights go at it. I feel like for most episodes I walk out of that and I say, yeah, you know what? Those were the best cruiserweights going at it. Do I agree with sometimes who wins and who loses? Not really. You know, sometimes I disagree with who won and lost sometimes, like especially in the earlier rounds, you know, Daivari younger brother should have not lost a ho-ho and everything like that. But it is what it is. But, you know, this I felt was a good success for the WWE. I felt that it was fun to watch and it didn't feel like a chore to watch, unlike most WWE programming. Did you feel the same way with the Cruiserweight Classic, Justin? Wrapping it up,
I was pumped for the Cruiserweight Classic as soon as this was announced because it was something very fresh for WWE, and they're bringing in legitimate indie darlings from across the world and guys in big promotions from New Japan as well. You know, like Kota Ibushi, like Zack Sabre Jr. You brought all these guys, and plus new guys as well who I never heard of, like a Jack Gallagher, who I'm actually a big fan of now. I'm glad that he's going to be on Raw. If you complain about WWE when you see on Mondays and Tuesdays, which you have every right to do that, there's no way you can complain about the Cruiserweight Classic and NXT on Wednesdays. If you want to watch something different, if you want to have something fresh and to watch some great wrestling without storylines, granted, there are some storylines in certain matches. If you haven't heard about the Kota Ibushi Cedric Alexander match,
great match.
Match of the year candidate. A great story was told in that match. So there are stories that's being told in these matches here for the Cruiserweight Classic. But overall, it's dynamic. It's great. They're talking about bringing it back around next year. I don't see why they won't. Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. It's fantastic professional wrestling that you get to see from young talents, and you get to see guys coming up to the main roster because of it. So the Cruiserweight Classic is bar none the best wrestling that WWE is offering right now at the current time. And get to see these guys come up to the main roster. I hope they get to take that same element, that same focus onto the main roster on Monday Night Raw for the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, because like you got Sabre Jr. versus you got not Sabre Jr. You got the Alexander versus Ibushi match. You also got Gargano versus Ciampa, which was also another good match. I just feel like it delivered on what it needed to deliver, and hopefully the finale keeps on delivering. Obviously, it's kind of obvious who would probably make the finals, but we'll have to wait and see on it. Now that Ross is here, we can finally talk about Backlash 2016. So we talked about some Cruiserweight Classic and the best in the world, Ross, making his UFC debut. I know you will be watching UFC. And I know you probably like the Cruiserweight Classic, so we don't need to go into your thoughts on that. Time to dive into our thoughts on Backlash 2016, and make sure you guys leave your predictions as well as we talk about this card. Let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz taking on Dolph Ziggler. Wow, I didn't know this was 2014 again. I didn't know I had to see this match after a big-time pay-per-view. The Miz cut this great shoot, whatever you want to call it, promo. And, of course, he had all this momentum. People were jumping back on the Miz bandwagon. I never jumped off. I was still on the Miz bandwagon, and I almost got my nuts kicked in because people were jumping back on. They're like, yeah, man, Miz is my favorite wrestler. It's like, how did you not like the Miz in the first place? But, Everyone's jumping back on, and of course, WWE, instead of keeping this momentum with The Miz strong, they send him at Dolph Ziggler, who has zero momentum after losing to Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam and then losing to AJ Styles the following SmackDown. It's like, Miz and Ziggler, they have good chemistry. I'm sure this would be a tremendous match. I just don't care. Just keep the belt on The Miz. Get Dolph Ziggler a new character. Change his hair. I don't know, change his tights, his theme music. You know what? Don't do anything with Dolph Ziggler. Just forget about him. Just have him wrestle Kane on Main Event. That sounds like a good course for Dolph Ziggler. I know you disagree, Justin, but it does.
Very much so disagree.
But The Miz retains, and that's all I got to say about it. So, anyone else on The Miz and Dolph Ziggler? Justin.
Well, I mean, this match overall, I mean, Dolph Ziggler, a lot of people are very pissed off about Dolph Ziggler going to where he is, but as am I. I'm not going to lie, as am I. I'm mad on what they could have had with Dolph Ziggler, but after losing to AJ Styles, where could he have gone? Where could he have gone? There's not a middle feud that he can go into right now, like a Bray Wyatt, because Randy Orton's with Bray Wyatt, so the Intercontinental Championship is the next best thing for Dolph Ziggler. So, I mean, he had to go down after losing the match at SummerSlam. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess Dolph Ziggler is going to have to go down to towards the Intercontinental Championship. Now, the match overall, the match is going to be dynamic. It's going to be good. I am going to go with The Miz to win this match, but I'm more upset about the misutilization of The Miz. You have a hot promo that was seen on Talking Smack. You know what I mean? Talking Smack is a show that no one really watches after SmackDown. No one watches it. Now, people are starting to watch it now a little bit more because you don't know what's going to happen. And you can thank The Miz for that. But what WWE has, what they always make into something that's organic, they always mess it up the next week. You have The Miz come out to the ring, and cut a promo, which was a decent promo. You have Dolph Ziggler come out. He calls The Miz a coward, and The Miz is a coward in that particular situation.
Yep.
But if I wasn't mistaken, the prior week, he almost knocked off Daniel Bryan's head for calling him a coward. So there's some inconsistency there with the way that they're treating The Miz here. So I don't like it. I mean, I get what I understand what WWE is doing, because Miz is that coward heel. He's always been that coward heel. But if you want him to be someone legitimate in the ring as your Intercontinental Champion, as a potential main eventer again, have him be more of a badass instead of just this cowardly heel. Yeah, he's been doing it ever since he's been in WWE, the same heel shtick, but now it's a little bit more advanced. But I don't know, but I'm off on that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with The Miz to retain here because it only makes sense.
That's what helped Triple H. I always tell people, what made Triple H awesome is that he could win on his own and he could be a badass. And even though he was a heel, you hated him for that too. Ross, your thoughts on the IC title match?
Yeah, I wanted to start off by agreeing with Justin. They totally missed that opportunity on notching The Miz's character up just a little bit. And it's typical WWE. What can you do about that? I am almost numb to it, and that's kind of bad to say because I shouldn't just accept it, but it's just kind of a thing that I see WWE do all the time. So I don't know. I'm just used to it. But really, the WWE should have taken that promo that The Miz did and put it into Miz's character. I don't necessarily need you now, Maurice, but Maurice can still be by The Miz, but The Miz can just win without any help from Maurice, and then afterwards Maurice can just oh yeah, you won, yeah, let's have sex, she can still be the valet, but Miz can just do all the work, and let's say The Miz would see Maurice trying to, she'd be like, no, I got this, just do little things like that could have stepped up his character a lot. But as far as this match goes, I've seen this match probably every single year since 2009. No, Ziggler wasn't around in 2009, was he? Maybe
Well,
what?
he was around 2009, but they were both heels at the time, so more like 2000.
Like 2010.
His feud started like in 2012 when like the Miz picked up like the finger four from Ric Flair. Like they were trying to make Miz.
So yeah, maybe for like the last 4 or 5 years, but I think it can be a good match. I remember the SummerSlam match that they had. Was that 2 or 3 years ago? When they were flip-flopping their Intercontinental Championship back and forth. They had a good match at SummerSlam that year, I remember, and the crowd was really hot for that. I think that was the opening match of that SummerSlam.
It was the opening match for the one where Brock destroyed Cena in LA, the last LA SummerSlam.
Yep. So it wouldn't surprise me if this was a good match. It's just I've seen it so many goddamn times, and they really haven't done anything with these two in this particular chapter of the feud for me to really give a shit. So Miz should retain, and I hope he does retain. I'd like to see the Miz hang on to their Intercontinental Championship till at least the Royal Rumble. Like, just have him go on this really good run, and by that time, I don't know who will be ready to win.
There's nobody credible to beat the Miz except for Dolph Ziggler.
I would say Apollo, but Corbin, you got to keep him heel. Kalisto, maybe by Rumble you build Kalisto back up. I don't know. Like
poor little Kalisto. Whatever. Why didn't they keep him on Raw? The Cruiserweight division's on Raw. Fuck it. Whatever. Who cares? It's poor.
They're gonna make a Cruiserweight title for a Smackdown. Every title on every show. Let's do this.
Alrighty then. So SmackDown Tag Team titles, the nickel or the dime championships will be crowned. In the finals we have Heath Slater and Reiner, but we got a twist. So American Alpha, after beating the Usos in 20 seconds, they're attacked by the Usos. The Usos were not happy about that loss. Jimmy and Jey Uso both attacked Chad Gable, kayfabe injuring him, so that way American Alpha is not going in there too big of favorites, turning the Usos heel, which they desperately needed. And to all these people who were like, oh, well, they turned the Usos heel, now to turn Roman Reigns heel. Can you please shut up? Because WWE's not going to do that.
Seriously.
It's like the most ridiculous thing. They're like, how come they can turn the Usos heel but not Reigns? It makes no sense. Reigns' character doesn't need the heel turn. The Usos have been irrelevant for almost a year now. That injury to one of them, I think it was Jey Uso or Jimmy, whatever idiot got hurt, really hurt their momentum and everything like that. So, they needed this. Roman Reigns' character doesn't need a heel turn. WWE not going to turn
Raw has so many heels right now. If you turn if you turn him heel, then you have just a shit ton of heels on Raw. Like, it would just make no sense. You have to turn somebody else.
You can't turn Roman Reigns heel because, despite if you like him or you hate him, he is the heir to John Cena. This guy's already doing wishes already. You know what I mean? You can't turn that guy heel. At least not yet. You can't do that. I mean, maybe sometime down the road, Seth Rollins, if he becomes more over as a babyface, you could possibly make him into a heel. That could possibly happen when Finn Balor comes back. If Finn Balor stays as a face, that could be a possibility, but you can't do it right now at this very moment in time. It doesn't make sense. What does that do? It's not like you guys are going to start cheering for this guy anyway. If you do start cheering for him, you're fake fans anyway because you're cheering because they're just a heel. So that doesn't make any sense. If you like a wrestler, you like a wrestler. If you hate the wrestler, you hate the wrestler. Don't cheer them because if they're heel or face. To me, I never understood that. But
I don't understand it either. So the Usos turned heel.
I never understood that. Like, I always liked Dolph Ziggler since 09, heel or face. You know what I mean? Like, I always liked, Kofi Kingston, heel or face. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me personally, but at the end of the day, though, you can't turn Reigns heel at all. Period.
Yeah, it just makes no sense right now. The Usos needed this. They lost momentum. This helps them out a little bit because there's so many face tag teams on the SmackDown brand. I mean, your best heel tag team, unfortunately, is the Vaudevillains and the Ascension. Those are your two heel tag teams. Like, is that really going to get American Alpha over in the future? No, it's not. It's not going to get these guys over. Why would they get over by beating up these two schmucks of teams? No offense to Vaudevillains and the Ascension. Sure, they can put on these great matches and everything like that, but they're just not interesting. Like, the WWE does not do anything with these two teams whatsoever. So the Usos, after attacking Gable and Jordan got eliminated. So Shane McMahon on Talking Smack, another reason why you should probably watch the show, said that they're going to have another semifinal match. It's going to be the Usos versus Justin's favorite wrestler on the SmackDown roster, one half of the Hype Bros, Zack Ryder, and Justin's favorite wrestler. Justin, just keep in mind, your favorite wrestler is getting a pay-per-view paycheck. How does that make you feel that this guy has reached so far on NXT, that he's getting that pay-per-view paycheck?
How did he make it this far? I don't understand it. How did this guy make it this far on the main roster? I thought he was dead and gone in NXT. I'm like, yes, this guy's getting buried. He's getting buried. He gets called up. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I hate him.
You guys should know who Justin's favorite wrestler is on SmackDown. It's no denying it. They're facing the Usos, and I think we all can agree here, this is to gain more heel heat on the Usos, and they're going to win this match and take on Heath Slater and Rhino. So the question is, what do you do here? Because you turned the Usos heel, and I'm a big believer, I've always have been, if you turn a character heel or face, they have to have something to show for it. You can't just have them turn and then all of a sudden they get nothing in return. Like, it works in different situations. See Seth Rollins, because we all know Seth Rollins is going to have a big money match with Triple H down the line, so he doesn't need to win the Universal title at Clash of the Champions, because we all know he had that Triple H match in his back pocket. But, like, when it comes down to the Usos and Heath Slater and Rhino, what do you go with? Because you've been building up Heath Slater and Rhino for weeks. I think they're a great comedic tag team, but you did turn the Usos heel, and, like, the Usos American Alpha feud, that could actually have some good potential if built correctly. So what do you do here? It's really hard, and it's very interesting. I can say that. At least that's interesting about this, because you don't know who could win in this situation, and you kind of want both teams to win for different reasons. But I honestly say you got to give the belt to the Usos here. You're going to turn them heel. Heath Slater and Rhino are a good comedy act. I feel like you can do more with them a little bit later. I think you can do more with Heath Slater. Maybe Heath Slater tries to win the Cruiserweight title on Raw after this. Like, I feel like you can do a lot more with them in the future. So honestly, I say give the belt to the Usos, have the heel Usos, and American Alpha fill with it.
Well, for me overall, the Usos is going to be the Hype Bros. That's a given. But I'm different with you on the finish. You have Heath Slater and Rhino, who is over as hell on SmackDown. You got the vignette last week with Heath Slater's family. You got Heath Slater's family in the ring this week. These guys, Heath Slater, he's on SmackDown. Remember what the stipulation is with him. He has to win the entire tournament to gain a contract for the SmackDown Live. If you have him lose here, you're basically keep having Heath Slater going from show to show again. You need to have this stop at one point. With that being said, Heath Slater and Ryan will win the tag team titles, but it is not going to be a 1-2-3 clean finish for these guys. I believe that Jason Jordan will have some type of interaction for American Alpha to get their heat back at Backlash, causing the Usos to lose the tag team titles, and thus putting the Usos and American Alpha in a regular feud. They're going to be feuding by themselves, without tag team titles. So American Alpha can win that feud so they can get built up with the fans, storyline-wise, because we know these guys can wrestle. We know these guys can perform in the ring. But the main problem with American Alpha right now is that, the fans are not behind them. Like, they don't have that emotional investment in them as yet, because they have not been in a great storyline as of yet. Not even in NXT. There wasn't even like in a great storyline. Their storyline was like, oh, we failed as amateur wrestlers, and we just want to win tag team titles. That's great. That's a great story. That's a great story. But on the main roster, this would be a great way for them to go over on the Usos and have them eventually beat the Usos, then have the Usos somehow get a tag team match against Heath Slater and Rhino as the Usos will take the titles, then have American Alpha go up against the Usos again, and the American Alpha wins the tag team titles that way. But that's months down the road. But that's what I'm thinking what's going to happen at Backlash. I think that Heath Slater and Rollins going to win the tag team titles. Thus, Heath Slater getting his contract. And also as well having Jason Jordan come out in the process and actually helping Heath Slater and Reiner win the tag team titles, thus putting the Usos and American Alpha in a regular feud.
All right, Ross, who do you think is winning the tag team titles?
Well, first off, I can't believe you didn't mention this, Justin. After the Usos beat the Hype Bros, they need to just injure Mojo Rawley. Just do the injury.
No. Wait. I should have specified this. I'm sorry. I apologize. The Usos will kill Mojo Rawley this Sunday. All right, he will be dead in the ring. Okay, because he's gonna have a decapitated head, and he's gonna have that that little black tape underneath his eye. He's gonna be like with a decapitated head on a spike on the ring post. He's gonna be dead. Okay.
Oh God.
Mojo Rawley's gonna be finished at Backlash.
I hope not. Then there goes my joke of your favorite wrestler on the Smackdown brand.
But so yeah, Usos will win there. So that sets up Slater and Rhino, which are, I'm gonna call them the second greatest tag team. Because Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas are the world's greatest tag team. So this is the second greatest tag team.
Whoa.
Yeah. Heath Slater is just awesome, and Rhino. I mean, come on, he likes his Cheese Whiz and his crackers, so you can't hate the guy at all.
No, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably one of Rhino's best roles ever. He's just he's like WWE can write for silent characters. Look at Rhino. He's not even talking. He's entertaining though. You're like, I like Rhino right now. Like if WWE randomly gave Rhino the world title, I'd be like, yeah, cool, go Rhino, sure, why not? He's entertaining.
Now, do you think they should somehow capitalize off this trailer trash and start bringing in Slater's wife to the mix like an idiot, or that's too far?
They have to. They have to. It's over. It is so over right now. That's why I'm saying that they have to win these tag team titles because it's so over.
But look at that. It's so great if they just beat them. It kind of feels they beat the over team, add more heel heat onto them.
I don't think it's a
because it cost Heath Slater his dream. He was going to wrestle on SmackDown with his buddy Rhino, make his trailer a double wide, and then the Usos just take it away. That's great right there. That's great. Usos.
I know that's great. I understand it, but how much more can you do this with Heath Slater? You've been doing this ever since the draft. And, you know what I mean? It's been 2 months now since they've been doing this. You can't just keep doing this with Heath Slater. Give him a contract somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like the crowd's definitely going to be hot for this matchup. I can't wait for the false finish of this matchup when Heath Slater's about to win and the Usos kick out. I feel like the crowd's going to be super hot for this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match, I think. And it's weird because you look at the match on paper, Usos against Slater and Rhino, you're like, this might be 5 stars. No, you think this might not be that great, or you know what I mean? But from a match quality perspective, but think back to another tag match with Goldust and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
The Shield. That tag match, be honest, did you honestly think that tag titles match was going to be as great as it was? Even though, Goldust and Cody Rhodes are good and Shield's good, but, as tag teams, you wouldn't think that's a great tag match. And this doesn't seem like a great one either. So the crowd is so behind Slater and Rhino right now. You have good false finishes. You tell a really good story. If Slater and Rhino finally overcome the odds and win this match, it'll just be a really nice moment. I don't know if it'll be as good as that match, but it's the closest comparison that I could think of off the top of my head.
I was thinking of that match too. I was thinking of that match.
I think people are sleeping on this match big time, just because they see Rhino. What the heck does he have left in him? And Slater, he's a cool character and all, but match-wise, I think a lot of people just have that mindset about this match, and it could surprise a lot of people in that sense.
All right. No, I agree with you. I think this is going to be a good match. I think the crowd's going to definitely carry this matchup. In-ring wise, it's not going to do anything for you, but whenever you have a hot crowd for a match like this, that's the most important thing to me. Now we're going to move on forward, and we're going to talk about the filler mayhem that we may see on this show, because let's face it, they only have 5 matches. It's a 3-hour show, Mago, so we need to fill up that show. So we're going to name each a filler match for this show, and it has to make sense. And I'm choosing the easy filler match. Kane versus Baron Corbin. It's been a long time since we've seen the devil's favorite child there, Mago. So we're going to see some Kane and Baron Corbin action on this pay-per-view. Some way, somehow, Kane and Baron Corbin. Justin, what is your filler match for WWE Backlash 2016?
Oh, man. I'm going to say Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin.
Oh, so Baron Corbin's pulling double duty.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say, well, no, I'm saying, like, if my filler match is different from your filler match, like if one person's not actually, like, doing double duty, I'll say it'll be Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin. But yeah, I agree with you. They're gonna need to actually have to fill something up because they only have 6 matches on the show currently right now. So yeah, they definitely need to put something else in between there. So.
Ross, what is your opinion?
I'm gonna say Kalisto against
The Headbangers. Handicap match.
Yeah, let's do this. The Headbangers taking on Fabrice.
Okay, I can see that. That's a good waste of time filler match. Do you think we get a Shane McMahon segment with Paul Heyman? You know, like Brock hit me. You know, maybe get one of those in there.
Oh, who's the dog over there? Is that Biggie?
I mean, I would love to see that, but you figure that they will already announce that already if that was going to be. I think that would be like one of the drawing points to the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it'll be like a last man thing. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? All right, time to get to the top 3 matches of this card. These are the 3 matches people are really wanting to see. This is how bottom of the barrel this card is, that I'm saying that only 1 match I want to see, but 3 matches that are the main attractions of this card. Randy Orton taking on the mysterious Bray Wyatt in the singles match. And it's the usual Bray Wyatt feud. Usual Randy Orton needs a big win. Just give it a DQ win to Bray. I don't care. Give a DQ win to Randy. Push this back to No Mercy. I don't care. Like, will the match be good? Who knows? It's Bray Wyatt. He's very inconsistent. I don't know if Randy's going to come in all pumped up for this one, but I won't be surprised if Randy wins clean, but I feel like they want to go another month with this feud. So, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, give it to Randy via DQ. Give Randy a win back. Justin, what are your thoughts?
First of all, as I say, I really don't care about this match. I don't care about it. Mainly because of Bray Wyatt. Now, before anybody bashes me, I like Bray Wyatt. I think he's a good talent. I think he's good on the mic. But let's face it, and let's just call it the truth. If you've seen one Bray Wyatt promo, you've seen it all. It doesn't matter. This guy gets on the mic, he sits in his rocking chair, he sits there, and he's all like, "Oh, the clouds above me, man. Tell me you, Randy, that you was a liar, man. You not the real predator." Like, you just cuss these same promos. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing at the end of the day. Name what I will like to find anybody out there. Name a Bray Wyatt promo that you actually remember.
I only remember one. And it was his John Cena feud. He's like, "I make all the ugly girls that not feel pretty. I'm the real." And then he just kept on talking, and I forgot the rest. But I remember that line. But yeah, seriously, like Bray Wyatt's like in the chair. He's all like, "Hold on, let me go. Let's go old school, Chase here. Let's go old school for all the old school." Here, they know what's coming. Okay. So
here we go.
Your lights are out. This is a fucking Bray Wyatt promo for you. All right, you're sitting down in the chair. "Randy, I ain't afraid of the snakes in the garden. I'm right here. I'm not afraid of the voices in your head. It seems like all the voices got spilt out in your head. I'm Bray Wyatt, the new face of fear. And I'm going to tell you that the light is calling Randy." It's like, what the fuck? Who cares? Like, seriously. Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make, and that was bravo, Chase, bravo. Brought that old school promo back. But the point I'm trying to make here is that it doesn't matter. His promos, and I like his promos, but you heard one Bray Wyatt promo, you heard it all. If Bray Wyatt loses cleanly, let's just say Reiner RKO's him 1, 2, 3. I'm done. I am done with Bray Wyatt in WWE. I'm done with them. And it's not his fault. It's WWE Creative's fault for not finding something for him. How can this guy not at least have... This guy hasn't even had, like, not one World Heavyweight Championship shot yet. Has he not had one yet?
Well, do you count the Money in the Bank ladder match?
No, I'm talking about the match for the time. I'm not talking about.
No. He was in the Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You count that one. If not,
okay, a gimmick match with multiple people. Okay, okay. He was in a gimmick match with multiple people. You can also possibly say something for the Royal Rumble too, right? Yeah, okay. That's a gimmick match. Okay, of course he's gonna be in that. Of course he's gonna be in, like, I'm talking about a feud. Like him and Roman Reigns, for example. Let's just say if they had a feud for the championship. They did not have that yet with Bray Wyatt. Not one. He was drafted to SmackDown, and I have high hopes for Bray Wyatt. I still have high hopes for Bray Wyatt, but he has not had that claim as yet. And I know we're still early in the brand split. I totally get it. He's gonna get his shot. I understand it. But if you want this guy to be a legitimate starting feature, have him beat Randy Orton. Doesn't matter if Randy Orton loses. Randy Orton can lose the next 10 matches. Doesn't matter. He's still Randy Orton.
Yeah.
He is still Randy Orton it does not hurt him if he loses. It doesn't hurt him at all. And the only thing I'm thinking about this is that possibly Randy Orton may win, because remember, they're going to have that rematch between Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar. Now, it's going to be a house show. I'm not sure that's going to be televised. I will hope it's televised on the WWE Network, that little house show. But chances are that's not going to happen. But the match overall itself...
They might televise it, because they are hyping up a Reigns and Rusev U.S. title match on that show, too. So I think it might be televised.
Yeah. But, I mean, a lot of people out there are making, rapid rumors, and I actually reported this on my wrestling channel that Luke Harper, he's going to be coming back soon. He may make a return, may help out Bray Wyatt for the win.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's like, look, I get it. Like, Bray Wyatt dumped Garbage Man. That was like my favorite thing he's done in the past 2 years. But it's like Luke Harper coming back. Oh, cool! Yay! It's Luke Harper. Awesome.
That's why I wanted to debunk that, because that won't make any sense. If you're gonna have Luke Harper come back, have him just be with freaking Garbage Man. And just have them be a tag team on SmackDown. And that way, the tag team division can be even more better on SmackDown. But overall,
you could have them take on Slater and Rhino,
actually. So the thing is that you need to have Bray Wyatt look tough in the ring, and that's not what's. I don't see that happening at all. I don't see that happening at all. I'm gonna go with disqualification. After all that being said, I'm going with some type of DQ, some type of screw job finish, something. Because if you have Randy Orton win, it just demoralizes Bray Wyatt. If you have Bray Wyatt win, it'll be out of nowhere and it won't make any sense. So this feud has to continue.
It's funny because I remember the brand split when the 6-pack was announced. Everyone thought Bray Wyatt was going to go face Ambrose for the title. Everyone's like, oh, Bray Wyatt's going to face Ambrose at SummerSlam. And I started laughing. Everyone's like, oh, Chase, come on, you got to think Bray Wyatt's the only one that makes sense because Cena and AJ. I'm like, they're not going to give it to this guy. When have they ever cared about this dude? And it's like, I was right. This one guy had an argument with me on another YouTube channel. He was all trying to tell me that, oh, yeah, Bray Wyatt's going to be facing Ambrose at SummerSlam. I just know it. I'm 100% on all my predictions. And I said, no, dog, that ain't happening. Trust me. I know this company. It ain't going to happen. And guess what? It didn't happen. I still didn't get to apologize. He just decided to be like everyone else and say, Chase, clean your room. Clean your room. Clean your fucking room, Chase. Clean your fucking room. Does it look clean? Yes, it looks clean. I don't know why everyone thinks I need to clean my room. Here's my room. Did that look dirty? No, that's a table full of shit. It's full of shit that I got.
Yeah, we got a freaking shelf here full of shit. Like,
yeah, I have a shelf full of shit right here. That needs to be
Well, I mean,
clean.
for the record, mine is pretty clean, you know. But I'm just saying.
Shut
No,
up.
cause like, good luck, 'cause, like this guy got so mad that I called him out on that. He told me to go clean my room, and I get annoyed with that problem. Clean your room, Chase. Like, what do you mean clean my room? My room's clean. I don't know what you're talking about. But so yeah, like, yeah, Bray Wyatt, Ross, are you on the same boat where it's just like you feel like it's a DQ win too?
Yeah, I kind of smell DQ here. Just because I can't really decide on a winner. So just like it gets to a point where like Bray Wyatt does his magical shit and a DQ, and then there's a fucking brawl, and maybe Harper gets involved. I don't know. But yeah, this feud's gotta continue to No Mercy. And maybe some wacky stipulation match. I don't know, but like this feud, like what is this feud about? What is this feud really about?
You ain't the predator, Randy. I'm the predator, man.
I ain't afraid of
The next level.
the garden snakes didn't feel me. I feel them.
Like my problem with Bray Wyatt is they don't really do anything different with them. Like, remember that Wyatt feud, and they had like segments backstage where like Reigns called the shrine and everything. Like, do more stuff, kind of like think outside the box.
Yeah.
Don't just have Bray Wyatt mumble for 20 minutes. Like, do other segments on top of the promos. Like, seriously. And I feel like I say this every time we get to a Bray Wyatt match on a page.
It gets repetitive. It's just like, honestly, it's just like, do something with this guy WWE or just give up on him at this point. Make him Bray Dizzle or something. So anyways, next matchup, the six-pack challenge elimination match, because we had to make this match go freaking longer. For the Smackdown Women's Championship, so if you guys don't know what it looks like the Raw Women's title, except it's blue on the inside and everything like that. And it's Alexa Bliss taking on Becky Lynch, taking on Carmella, taking on Naomi, taking on Natalya, taking on my girl, Fearless Nikki. Now, of course, you guys should know my prediction. It shouldn't be a surprise. Everyone's going to say Chase or trolling and can't understand that someone can be a Nikki Bella fan, but I love Fearless Nikki. I watched her SummerSlam return at least 3 times already, and it's glorious every time I watch it. Like, her theme song hits, and she gets a louder pop than Ambrose. That shit makes me so proud. I love you, Fearless Nikki. You're the real world champ. But yeah, I say honestly, like, Nikki Bella is my pick, and here's the reason why. Like, surprise pick, go with Alexa Bliss, I guess. But Becky Lynch is right now. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, Chase, you hate Becky. When people ask me who my top 10 was Becky Lynch on this. Becky Lynch can win it at any time and still be over. And the thing is, if you have it where she wins it now, you kind of give the fans that gratitude of, oh, yay, Becky won. But then in 3 months down the line, you guys are going to get sick of Becky. You're going to complain about Becky being boring, and then you're going to go ask for a new one. And it's like, you know, Becky Lynch can win it at any time. And I honestly feel like if you really want to make Becky Lynch the focal point of the SmackDown's division, you wait. You take your time with it, because right now, Nikki Bella has everything going for her right now. She has a Total Bella show coming out later this month, early next month, and Total Bellas. She has the Total Diva coming out, too. She has 2 reality shows that are going to go on until January. After that settles down, like that, and let's get Nikki Bella's face all over SmackDown. Then later on, you can set it up where Becky Lynch title means a big deal. Hey, Nikki Bella, and yeah, you guys wonder, like, you know, Divas, how much of an impact it has. I mean, obviously it's doing well for itself. If he has it for what, it's 5th or 6th season, that Bella's got her own spin-off show because of it. So when I look at this, I say to myself, Nikki Bella's the best option as women's champion right now. Nothing against Becky, I really do like her. For her winning it now, it'll just kind of be like, here's belt Becky. But you're not really that involved right now. You're not really the main face of the women's division, because they've been building this division since Nikki Bella came back, around her. Give Becky time. Like, I'm not trying to say Becky's never going to win the thing or that she shouldn't win the thing. She needs to win it, but not right now. You can do this at the February pay-per-view. Honestly, I would wait till WrestleMania if I had my way. Maybe Survivor Series at the earliest. But she doesn't need to win it right now. Right now, you got to get a strong presence, someone that you know you can rely on, and Nikki Bella to win it. Like I said, Becky can win it at any time. As for the other women in this match, Carmella winning it would be a joke. Naomi, she's a wonderful talent, but I just don't think WWE will give her the title. And Mama Natalia doesn't need the title. Mama Natalia is Mama Natalia. Like, she doesn't need no damn title. Like, she's Mama Natalia. So it's like, she's the mom of this division. So, like, honestly, out of all the 6 women, only 2 people should really walk out of it. Alexa Bliss, because just from watching the episodes of SmackDown, it seems like for whatever reason, she is like I don't want to say a golden child, because the golden children are on their own fucking spectrum. But she's like a silver child or something, because the way she gets pushed on there, it's very Triple H-esque. It's very suspect.
The way she's positioned in promos and other things, it seems like they like her. So.
Yeah.
No, they love Alexa Bliss.
Maybe I have to make a Triple H Silver Children's list. Like, they're not as popular as the Golden Children, but maybe Alexa Bliss is a silver child along with Shinsuke Nakamura. So who knows? But should there be a Triple H Silver Child's list, and who's on it? Let me know in the comment section. But we all know who the Golden Children are, because they're freaking awesome, and they're all on Raw. Yeah, that's Triple H's show. But yeah, I say Nikki Bella wins, and Becky Lynch, her time will come. Don't be upset, fans. Her time will come. Like, WWE's not going to give up on this girl, man. If they gave up on her, they wouldn't have brought her up on the main roster. They know what they can get out of Becky Lynch. It's just that, I've said it before and I'll say it again on multiple shows, she has red hair. For whatever reason, WWE like older redheaded chicks, these punk underdogs that we have to feel sorry for. See Lita, see Christy Emme, and now Becky Lynch. So there's nothing against her. She's a good wrestler.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say to the same sentiment as you, Chase. Nikki Bella, Total Bellas. That's the reason. Total Bellas. You can't have a brand new show on the E! Network, a spin-off of Total Divas. Whoever thought that Total Divas would be getting a spin-off, that Total Divas will have enough ratings to get equivalent to having The Walking Dead into Fear of the Walking Dead on E! You know what I mean? Like, it is amazing. Like,
the only other shows that got spin-offs on E's are the Kardashian shows. Those are the only ones. Yeah,
so I mean, obviously there's a market for women watching, the Bella twins. But I'm going with Nikki Bella. But just to cause a little bit of controversy here, close second and third place is Becky Lynch, and I'm gonna say Carmella, because she has been focused on SmackDown as a heel to Nikki Bella. I wouldn't be shocked if she ends up winning. Now, I don't agree with it if she wins the title, but I wouldn't be shocked if she wins the title. Natalia's Natalia. She doesn't need it. Naomi, fantastic talent. Probably the most athletic woman in WWE in a very long time. I mean, this chick is doing freaking kip-ups and, just coming into the ring better than guys are. And Alexa Bliss, she is she's a dark horse in this one here as well. But I like the SmackDown Women's Division. They have a lot more direction than what the women do on Raw have. The women on Raw, I mean, they have some direction, but I think SmackDown has even more direction. Whoever thought about that before this draft was actually came. I mean, you look at the Raw roster. You got Bayley, you got Charlotte, you got Sasha Banks, you got Botch Brooke, but that's something different. Then you have over here on SmackDown. At first, it was just Becky Lynch, and you had Alexa Bliss and Carmella. I was like, okay, that's cool. And you had Natalia. Then when Nikki Bella came, I was like, oh, okay. Well, Nikki Bella, she's she's a legitimate wrestler, and she's a great star, and she can help that division out. So. But overall, Nikki Bella, I think she's gonna pull off the win because of Total Bellas. I mean, that's all you can really say about that.
Mm-hmm. Ross, what about you?
Yeah, I didn't really think about it that way at first. Like, I knew Total Bellas was coming out, and hell, Daniel Bryan had to give a cheap plug for it on SmackDown.
Well, because Foley every Raw is like, go to watch Holy Foley, and By the way, that show makes me hate Mick Foley.
I've only seen one episode of that.
If you guys are Mick Foley fans, do not watch that show. You guys will just lose so much respect for Mick Foley. Like, Mankind has a Santa room where he dresses up as Santa Claus every day.
But
pretty sad.
I want to say Nikki Bella, mainly due to that show. But if I have to pick a second option, I'm not gonna pick Becky Lynch actually, because I think they'll wait a little bit for her. To me, it would be better if they gave her the win in like a one-on-one match or something.
Yeah.
I think I'd pick Alexa Bliss.
Overchild.
To win this match. If it's not Nikki Bella, if I have to choose one, screw it, let's pick Alexa Bliss.
Oh, glitter, glitter, spice, and bliss.
No, FABLOULUS.
Yeah, Carmella is not winning the title. The fact that she won that 6-woman tag, I think screamed that she's not winning.
She's not winning, but the focus is there on her. You can't doubt that.
So, Alexa Bliss. Remember when she did it on freaking NXT? She'd come out.
She came out with that song, glitter, glitter, spice, and bliss. Like I used to like say that when that was when NXT was good and watchable. I don't know what these people watch now. Like I only watch it for Bob. Alrighty then. So now it's time for the match I've been dying to talk about and been waiting to talk about, and I cannot wait to fucking see. And it's not because this is going to be a tremendous match. It's not because of any of that. WWE, and I'm gonna get on my knees for this one, man. I gotta get on my knees. WWE, if you love me, I don't ask for fucking much from you guys. Well, I probably do, but I really just want one thing in my life, and that's for AJ Styles to become the WWE Heavyweight Champion. I need to mark out to something. I need it where tears go down my face because I'm happy. And before you guys say, Chase, you're not an AJ Styles fan. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not an AJ Styles fan, all right? Not an AJ Styles fan, but yet I bought this damn DVD, okay? Bought that DVD. Where's the other AJ Styles DVD that I have? I have another one up in here.
Chase is a huge AJ Styles fan.
I'm an AJ Styles fan, yet I still have this shit in my fucking thing.
Oh.
Hey, Chase, didn't you win to Bound for Glory? Was it 09 or 2010? Which one? Yeah. Which one was it with him and Sting? What year was that?
2010.
There you go. No, it wasn't 2010 because 10 was 2010.
Yeah, I went to Bound for Glory 09 for AJ Styles.
Yeah, 09 then. I'm not saying, it came in 2010. I remember that was my favorite TNA show of all time. That was like Bash to the Beach for me right there in 96.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, man. I just need AJ Styles to win. Anyone who doubts my fanhood, shut up. I've been an AJ Styles fan for a long time. I just need... Because, look, I like Roman Reigns. Like I love Roman Reigns. Don't get me wrong. Huge Reigns fan. When he won the title, I was at work, and I did mark out and stuff like that. But what I'm talking about marking out, like, to the point where you're just, like, enthralled, is just, like, you're going batshit. You can't control the emotions. You're just, like, when Triple H won the Rumble, I marked out, but it was more in a hilarious way because it was just so funny seeing Triple H, like, 10 years ago, Triple H was getting booed out of the fucking building, and all of a sudden he comes back and he's like, cheered the Thigh Kingdom come. That was like laughing marking out. I need a legit mark out. I just need something in my life. WWE, I know where it's going. I'm okay. And afterwards, the real face that runs the place, John Cena, beats him for the title. I'm accepting of that.
Yeah.
Please, just give me AJ Styles winning on September 11th. If you want me to remember 9/11 besides for the bad stuff, let me remember 9/11 for the good stuff. I'll remember 9/11 differently. But people go to me, hey, you remember 9/11? I'll be like, yeah, that's the day AJ Styles won the WWE World title. Right? I ain't going to be like everyone else in like the Twin Towers and stuff. No. My 9/11 will be AJ Styles beating Dean Ambrose, being the world champion. Call this a biased pick. I want AJ Styles as the world champion. That's all I want in the WWE right now. Give me that. Give me AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, the Prince of Phenomenal, whatever you want to call him. Just give that to me. That's all I want.
Yeah.
As for the feud itself, I hate that Dean Ambrose went back to Goofy Ambrose. Screw Goofy Ambrose. I don't like Goofy Ambrose. But WWE, please just give me AJ Styles. That's all I ask for. That's all I ask for.
Yeah. I have your sentiment exactly. I believe that AJ Styles is going to win as well. And if AJ Styles wins this match, he will have possibly one of the greatest years in wrestling in a long, long time. And hear me out for a second. This is the face of TNA. He was the Sting of TNA, and I actually explained this in my review last night. If AJ Styles wins the WWE Championship, that's a feat that no one has ever accomplished coming from another company, coming in their first year as a face. Because Sting was the guy in WCW. He didn't come over until a couple of years ago. Never won the title in WWE. Yeah, you can say Ric Flair, but Ric Flair, he came back in 1991. I don't really count that. Even though Ric Flair was a guy, he switched companies. You can say Goldberg. Goldberg won the World Heavyweight Championship. That's the lineage going back to Triple H. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship. If AJ Styles wins the WWE title to be in the likes of a Buddy Rogers, of a Superstar Billy Graham, of a Bob Backlund, of a Hulk Hogan, of a Macho Man Randy Savage, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock, Eddie Guerrero, and I can go on and on and on and on and on. You guys get my point. But the fact of the matter is, if AJ Styles becomes that guy to win the WWE Championship, that is saying something right there to hold the title, the #1 title in wrestling, in the history of professional wrestling, if he holds that title. With that being said, I am hoping that AJ Styles wins. I know where this is going to go. Just like Chase says, he's going to be fed to John Cena. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. I just want to see it happen. If I see it happen, that's great. It's never happened before. Sting, like I said, Sting never got to win the WWE Championship, even though he should have beat Seth Rollins at Night of Champions. He should have beat him. But I digress. I mean, it's the writing's on the wall with AJ Styles, and if he wins, this will be one of the greatest moments from anybody coming over from another rival company in history, period.
Yeah, like, especially with Sting, I knew if Sting would have won the title, it would have just went to Triple H, which I was fine with, and everything like that. I understood. But I want Sting to win the title because I felt Sting would have been a better champion at the time than Rollins. Fuck you, Rollins, for injuring Sting. Ending his damn career. Goddamn, why is Sting's career over? One more match, Stinger. Just stand on the turnbuckle, do nothing. Just beat like Bret Hart in the Nexus match where he just used a steel chair or something. Fuck. But it's just one of those things where it's just like you just want to see it happen. Like you said, Justin, one of the best years ever. I mean, who would have thought AJ Styles? Like, people have wondered, oh, Chase, do you hate AJ Styles' run in the WWE and stuff like that? No, I love it. What is there to hate? My biggest fear was AJ Styles was going to be Intercontinental Champion, mid-card jobber, hey, man, I'm AJ Styles, I'm the IC champ. And, no, it's they've been treating him like a big deal ever since. Royal Rumble, his first person that he faces in the Rumble, it's not like AJ Styles came out of the Rumble, it's all right, Sami Zayn, it's you and I. He goes up against Roman Reigns. And then afterwards, at WrestleMania he lost, but let's face it, you knew that was going to happen. They had to give Jericho a win somehow, some way. I mean, that's WWE's booking fault. That's not AJ Styles' fault. But he had a pretty good WrestleMania match. Nothing too special, but a WrestleMania match nonetheless. And then later on, after that loss, he's going on to face Roman for the WWE Championship, and then he has this long program with Cena. Please tell me, as a fan of AJ Styles, as someone who's watching him right now, what makes me sit here and think that I would be pissed off at his run? Are there things that have pissed me off at the time? Yeah, I didn't understand why he turned heel. I felt he should have stayed face, but I don't think his run has been terrible. I mean, he's still been featured like he's a big-time star. It's not like WWE's going out of their way to say, well, we didn't make him, so... Because you've seen this with Vince before, where it's a guy he hasn't made, so what does Vince do? He freaking buries them down the car. Look at DDP. Justin can give DDP as a perfect example of someone who was a big star in WCW in his own right, came to WWF, and they just messed up his career. They made him Undertaker's white stalker. Yeah.
Top
Justin's
five
a bigger
WCW.
WCW fan than me, so he can tell you how big of a deal DDP was, and he could probably tell you better than me how much like I could say it was disappointing for DDP, but I'm just imagining looking at him like with DDP. What did DDP do in WWE?
European Championship.
Yeah, that's it. Like, why would I be? See, that's being upset about something like where someone like DDP comes in and he gets treated like he's some low-end jobber, while AJ Styles the whole time has been treated like he's a big star, been treated like a big deal. And I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad that AJ Styles is being treated like a big deal. Is it the most perfect run ever? No, it's not. It's not the most perfect run you will ever see in the WWE. But it's good. And, you know, I hope it ends with the title, man, because, dude, he deserves it, man. He deserves that world championship.
And just to piggyback real quick off what Chase said of AJ Styles turning heel, I know you don't agree with that, Chase, but that is, I think that's what actually shot him over the top. Because if he would have stayed face, he would have to compete with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and John Cena. He would not got over that hump. You made him a heel, and I think that was the best thing that WWE has done. A lot of people say WWE doesn't know what they're doing. In some aspects, they know what the hell they're doing. They've been around for 50, 60 years.
I always use this example, Justin. There's a reason why Vince McMahon has billions of dollars, and most of us who do YouTube videos have zero, or a lot of the. I'd say a lot of the Twitter people like that tweet and bitch about it, like a lot of the hardcore wrestling fans that don't know what money actually is and understand money. Like, there's a reason why Vince has billions, and like you said, has been around for 60 freaking years, and you have $0 in your bank account most of the time because Vince knows what's good for business. I may not agree with it, but I'll have to wait and see. You know, it's just more of a wait and see type of thing. But
exactly. I mean, yeah, AJ, he did run to a little roadblock, and I think him leaving the club was actually better for him being as a single heel, which he never really had ever. I never ran as a single heel by himself. His early days in TNA, he turned heel for a little bit, but he was mostly known as a face. But usually when AJ turns heel, he's with some type of group. He's never by himself. And him being by himself, being a heel, he's doing well on his own. He's on the mic pretty well. The fans hate him legitimately. Well, the casuals at least. I'm just looking from a casual standpoint right now, and he's standing well as a heel by himself. So I applaud WWE for letting AJ to adapt to a different role as a heel, being by himself, and right now he's flourishing and possibly win the title on Sunday.
So what? Both of you picked AJ Styles? Correct.
I'm going with AJ. Yeah.
Are you here to burst the bubble of happiness that we have right now?
Yes, I am. And I got this feeling while I was watching Smackdown last night. I didn't get to watch it live, but the feud just I don't know. Just feels awkward. Doesn't really feel like we're about to see a crowning moment of AJ Styles win the title. It just feels like, all right, they'll face again at No Mercy. And I think AJ's going to be the one to take the belt off Ambrose, but I just don't think it's going to happen yet. I think they're going to wait another month and do it there. Because Cena's going to be out for a little while anyway, so it's not like Cena's coming back in time for No Mercy or something.
He's still wrestling a dark show match. He was at Smackdown last night. I don't understand.
But he hasn't been on TV.
He hasn't been on TV, but I understand why he was there, because it was possibly like a, he was possibly advertised for a match or whatever at the show, but he's still at the freaking arena still, which I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. I won't be mad if Styles wins. I'll be happy as hell. That's the title that means the most to me. Screw that Raw title. I don't give a shit who's champion, okay? This belt on SmackDown, that's the belt that means the most to me. Even if it's fucking Zack Ryder as the world champion. I'm not used to that belt. I don't know if I'll ever be used to that name. This title here on SmackDown, the World Championship, this is the undisputed championship from the old brand split when Lesnar had it, and you know, around that era, like 02. Like, just so I'll always be happy, you know, when a title switches because to me, I'm invested in this belt. So I'm gonna pick Ambrose. I think he'll win clean. Just to give him a little bit more credibility. I just hope he doesn't joke around. Like, for a while, it seemed like he was shifting his character more serious, and then freaking nut shot to AJ Styles, and then AJ has to return the favor. Like, really?
That was nuts.
Yeah, you said it right. Just Ambrose is gonna win, but don't worry, AJ Styles fans. Coming from an AJ Styles fan, I think he's gonna win the belt. It's just gonna happen at No Mercy, and that'd be a nice birthday present. It's actually the day before my birthday this year, No Mercy. So that'd be
just on a side note. I now officially hate the term belt. I like title better.
okay.
That's just me. Because anybody can own a belt, only champions can win titles.
That's what Vince says. Everyone's gonna have a belt. I have a belt. Damn it.
Another thing I wanted to add. Just does this feel like a main event feud to you? Just
no, and the reason why is because that, and I don't want people to be so down on Backlash. If you're watching Backlash, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt because remember, they only had 3 weeks to build this show, guys. You can't build a world title match for after SummerSlam for 3 weeks. That's at least a minimum of 5 to 6 week build.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too harsh. I'm not going to be too harsh on SmackDown during this show at all.
No, like this is the first brand split SmackDown show. You can't be too harsh. Like it's not that exciting. You know, it is what it is. But it's like, you know, it's not that good looking of a card. You know, like there's nothing really.
Yeah, it's not good looking of a card either. But it's just that you only had 3 weeks to build with this. Like they have to build it up in 3 weeks, and you know. And I really want to see where they're going after Backlash. Like I want Backlash. I hope it will be a great show. But what's going to happen after that?
Yeah,
that's when the real judging can come in at that point in time. We should judge it after Backlash, not before or after. Immediately after Backlash. Give it a couple weeks after Backlash to start judging.
What was the first brand split pay-per-view of the original brand split? Do you remember?
Oh Jesus Christ! I wouldn't be able to be able to get to tell you. So that was like the summer of 2002.
I think No Mercy.
No. Didn't they wait? Did they wait till 03?
They wait till the first one is Backlash 03, I believe.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, when they had the brand split pay-per-views, yeah.
Yeah, that was Goldberg's little thing. Goldberg came out and he beat up The Rock, and it was like, oh shit, Goldberg beat up The Rock, yay.
Yeah.
That match is funny to watch. I'm going to go watch that match. Get me hyped up for some Backlash. So before we leave, guys, give us your 3 favorite Backlash matches of all time.
3 of my favorite Backlash matches of all time.
Yeah, so that way the people with the WWE Network, which is only $9.99 more, it's not the same without saying Michael at the end. We're at. By the way, is that right along up yet with Byron Saxton, JBL, and Michael Cole? Is that up yet? Because I need to watch that.
I'm not sure.
It needs to be up because I need to see JBL be like, Byron, what are you doing, Byron? That's gonna be great.
Oh my goodness, that should be pretty funny because just to see, Byron Saxton getting bitched out for no reason.
I love it. I love it, Michael. But 3 of my favorite Backlash matches of all time. Ross, you have 3.
Does it have to be in any order?
No, just 3.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure we all have the same one in here. So.
Okay.
Probably not.
I'm gonna say.
Well, there's one that everyone should have on their list. If you don't have it as you're on the list, you're insane.
There's quite a few. One that pops off is Benoit, HBK, and Triple H, the Triple Threat rematch. That's a great match.
Backlash 04.
Backlash 04. Oh shit! And then from that same show, Foley and Orton.
That has to be on everyone's list. Orton.
Yeah. And then the last one. It's down to 2 matches. The 4-way from Backlash '07 between Edge, Orton, Cena, and HBK. I was also there live for that, but it holds up on DVD as well. And the Cena Edge Last Man Standing. That was the third tiebreaker.
Oh no, not that Big Show finish. Oh, screw that.
I loved it because that was like the peak of my Cena hate right there. I was like, yes, Big Show, fuck yeah.
Justin, what are 3 of your favorite Backlash matches for the great people to watch on the WWE Network?
Okay, so Foley and Orton, I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go with some one that you probably have not really thought of or probably never seen before. Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, Ultimate Submission match.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I like that one. And I'm gonna have to go from, I think it's the first or second Backlash, back from '99. But it's from Stone Cold. Yeah, versus Rock. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's an underrated match in their career. So my list: Backlash '04, Orton versus Cactus Jack. No questions asked. Best Backlash match ever. Number 2 will surprise you: Scotty 2 Hotty and Dean Malenko. Backlash.
That was a good match.
Great match. Like I know it sounds weird saying that, but I was going back and watching some old Backlash matches, and Backlash 2000 was like the first one I want to watch because obviously everyone loves that Stone Cold pop when Stone Cold comes out and saves the day. And so I was all watching that. And then also my final match is Brothers of Destruction taking on the 2-man Power Trip.
That was my honorary from 2001. But
that match is insane. Like, if you just want, like, great old school tag team, but not old school, but great kind of new school tag team main event, like, these are, like, matches that I miss where it's like, you don't always need the world title on the line. You can just have it where these 2, like, main eventers are battling each other in a mega match, and, like, dude, that match was killer, man. That match was awesome. I love that match.
One more honorary match, and this is again from 2001. This is the I remember watching this when I was a kid, a little kid. The Sunday Night Heat match between Jerry Lynn and Crash Holly that lasted for about, like 2 minutes. I think it's for the light heavyweight championship.
Joe James says adds on to some of the matches that we put. He put Batista and Taker. Last Man Standing 07.
Yeah, I was there for that. Yeah, that was really cool.
Like, I always remember the commentary from that one where JBL goes, normally the Undertaker wears his band on his left elbow. This time, Mago, he's wearing it on his right. I was like, oh my God. I don't know why I remember that. That's like the one thing I always remember from that.
I'm going to go rewatch that match, right, like, and see if he actually said that.
Yeah, no, I remember him saying along those lines, something like that. Some Dark Horse sleeper matches, actually. Also from Backlash '07. Ross won't think this is a Dark Horse. I do, though. The Hardys, if you want to get excited for the Leader Decay, you can watch some normal Hardys take on Caden Murdoch. That's actually a very...
Yo, Backlash '07, there was no bad match on that show.
Minus the women's match, there was no bad match on that show.
Yeah. Like, it felt like every match was, like, really consistent on there, and you had like really
I would say Backlash '07 is the best Backlash in my personal opinion. Like,
yeah, it is definitely up there
because like you got a bunch of it was like the first time in a long time. Like, I say like the worst one would probably be '03 Backlash because it was just kind of like random filler matches and stuff like that. So it's just like
I remember at Backlash '06. Did Triple H? Somebody got busted open. I think it was Triple H really bad in that triple threat. Yeah, it was Edge, Cena, and Triple H. That's a really good match too.
Yeah, no, Backlash is underrated, man. Backlash had some good. It was a good wrestle. I don't know. It's between '06. Was it '09 where Randy Orton beat up Shane McMahon to win the title? And I was like,
it was.
That's when Randy Orton, I think he lost the title at the beginning of the night to Triple H or some shit like that.
No, that's No Mercy.
That's No Mercy.
Oh yeah. Well,
we'll get to No Mercy next month, there, Justin. I can't wait to talk about those past No Mercy.
That's when Orton won the title in a 6-man tag.
Yeah.
'09.
Yeah.
Even though Orton probably should have won the belt at Mania.
Yeah. And then
what about Chris Jericho and Steamboat?
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, it was like 09. It had to be 09 because WrestleMania 25.
That was 09. That match was a good sleeper. Yeah, good one. Good find there, Justin. I got to go watch that match again. Yeah, because like it's fun when you guys like, especially since now the new shows are coming back and everything like that. And we'll do the same thing for Clash of the Champions too. Justin will probably have more knowledge when it comes to choosing matches on there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like watching older shows and stuff like that, you just sit there and you just kind of enjoy it, and you're just like, oh man, I remember Backlash used to be tight back in the day. Straight Shooter's 3 favorite matches are The Rock versus Triple H, WWE Championship, obviously the Austin Pop, Steel Cage match, Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle, Ultimate Submission match, and Shane McMahon versus Big Show, Last Man Standing. Oh, very good one.
That's a good one, yeah.
No Orton Foley, but very good selection there. So yeah, best Backlash 07. Worst one is either 03 or 09, depending on how you feel about those ones.
2009 is one of the. Well, no, I don't want to say it's one of the. It is the worst wrestling year in history, but it is up there for me, man. I hated 09 so much.
09. I don't like
09
was garbage.
09 didn't. The only good thing from 09 is the CM Punk and Jeff Hardy feud. That's the only thing you can take out from 09.
What I like about 09 is mainly the first half of the year, Smackdown, and like the first half of the year is pay-per-views. Like I like Extreme Rules that year, Backlash, Rumble's pretty good. Raw wasn't very good in 09, but SmackDown was.
They did have the Jericho and Rey Mysterio matches too. Those were pretty good.
Those were good as well. But it was just like the booking was like, oh my goodness.
All over the place.
I didn't like the booking in 09, but 1995. Unless I see something different in my lifetime, I don't care what you people say that this is the worst wrestling in history. Go back and watch 1995 WCW and WWF, and you come talk to me how bad that was.
People will always go back to like 09, 2013, like years like that in recent years. I'm just like, nah, 95 was a lot worse.
A lot worse. You had people coming out in as a matador, as Mantar. You got people coming out as hockey players. You got people dying off the top of Cabo Hall, only to come back to win the WCW title, moments later in the night. You got people wrestling in the back of a moving semi in hay.
Oh, dude, how dare you?
You got people, and that's the same pay-per-view. Remember, Chase, we watched that pay-per-view?
Uncensored 95. There was a no. Everything's uncensored, but Randy Savage won by DQ.
Won by DQ. Beautiful. It's like
it was by DQ against Earthquake. Whatever
it
was in WCW at the time. I forgot his name in WCW, but like, wow.
That was Typhoon. It was Avalanche. That's who it was. Avalanche.
Yeah,
that's Justin. But quick question: do you have your ears pierced? I just noticed, like, I see something on your ears. Are your ears pierced?
It's been pierced for like.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they have
for years upon years.
I've never noticed it until now.
Wow.
I just saw something shining on your camera. I was like, what the fuck is that? It was bugging me.
Yeah, your ears pierced.
That seems like a big info note to end up on. So Justin has his ears pierced. Okay. Ross, where can the great people find you?
Where can the great people find me? On YouTube, of course. They can find me on Twitter, which is the same name as my YouTube, Gold Standard 000. And you can find me on Instagram, pinstripes_90, as in the year 1990. So, yep. I should have my own prediction video if you want to hear me go more in depth on my channel, I think Friday. And I do baseball card videos, scratch off tickets if you like gambling. I think I'm going to do more FanDuel too. I'll try and do some NFL ones since I play fantasy football with all that. So, yep.
All right, Justin, where can the great people find you?
Yes, you guys can find me on Twitter. Is at JDVenom02. You can find me on my Facebook at JDVenom. And also as well, if you want to watch more of me doing wrestling, talking about wrestling, I do wrestling videos every day on my channel, wrestling news and rumors on my channel at Venom Nation Wrestling. And if you want to check out my video game channel, if you choose to do that, we're almost 4,000 subscribers strong on the other channel, JD Venom. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So for my channel, upcoming Friday, I will review Delete or Decay. The reason being is Thursday I have the late shift at the work. I have to close up the theater there. Not really. I just have to like make sure no one's getting too drunk while watching the movies at 12:30 on a Thursday. So gotta have a night shift, and then I'm gonna go home, and I'm not gonna watch wrestling after watching the football game while quote unquote working. I mean, quote unquote watching football game while working. You get the idea. Managers, if you're watching this, because I know 2 of you know I do these YouTube videos, please don't be mad. I will be doing my job. I highly doubt they got this far. Maybe they're one of the people watching, checking up on me. But you guys know who you are. Love both of y'all. Just don't hunt me down. Don't hunt me down, all right? Love you. But anyways, Saturday, UFC, obviously 203 review. And then Sunday, WWE Backlash review. And during the world title match, I will have it where I'll have a live stream going before my review. So before my review, I'm going to just give the update anyways. I'm going to be having a live reactions to the WWE title match so you guys can know that I actually have feelings and emotions while watching wrestling, because people like to think that I don't have any. So I'll show you guys how much I can get into this shit. And I think it'll be funny as hell. You guys will just see me on my bed freaking the fuck out. But anyways, thank you all very much for tuning in live to this show. I'll see you guys in the next 3 days. Thursday is my little break from YouTube, but I'll see you guys Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and maybe Monday and Tuesday if I feel like reviewing too much wrestling. And Ross is wearing some shirt. I don't know what he's wearing.
Triple H.
Oh, the game.
And I'm hurt now. You're injured, but I still represent you.
One of the Triple H Golden Children, so it's great to represent. Anyways, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.